ahead with your question.
Hi, Arabile. Thank you, and thank you to Time Bank for having this space. I just have a quick question regarding business accounts. Currently, you guys only offer I'm going to try and pronounce it, the Pandapreneur one. Are there any plans to expand that service offering just so that, there is a variety of accounts that we can look into? And then another question that I have is regarding fees. Recently, you've updated us that there's going to be an SMS fee of 30 cents. If you can just maybe expand on that and what the reasoning behind that was, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks for your question, Mamo. I'll answer the business account one, and Linda will most probably answer the one on fees. So yes, we do offer an Mzansi-preneur offering for tailored at small businesses, but predominantly sole props. So again, very similarly to stokvels, there's quite a bit of regulation around opening bank accounts for registered companies in the form of PSCCs, P2I limiteds. You've got mandates and directors, and there's quite a bit of things that you have to kind of cross your T's, dot your I's, and that kind of process again makes it very hard for the kiosk or to do something like that on the kiosk. But it's in summary, the SME space, we think, as it's been a buzzword for years in South Africa. But we genuinely believe there's massive opportunity there. So again, those are conversations we are having. We'd love to expand our SME offering. There's actually something that's kind of in pilot for SMEs at the moment. So I'd say watch the space in that place there. We definitely want to expand our offering into SMEs. And like I said, we're testing something really new with a very close group of people at the moment. We want to make sure that we're adding real value. And if this close group tells us we're adding real value with this product, we'll launch it to the broader market. So massive opportunity there for us. We think it's an uncaptured space. We don't think SMEs have been served appropriately by industry today. And again, as financial institutions, we must probably have an obligation to these small businesses if one thinks about the role they have to play in the economy. So again, something very, very serious on our agenda, and something we're paying very close attention to.
Thanks, Chase. On the question in terms of the SMS fee notification that you would have received, that's a change that's going to be effective from the 1st of December. And basically, what we're advising our customers to do is to migrate or use their app more. So why is this for the benefit of the customer? You actually pay lower banking fees by doing a lot of your transactions in app. Where can you find the app? It's on the Google Play Store. It's on the iOS App Store, as well as the Huawei App Gallery Store. And the feedback that we've received, just in terms of research as well, is that the app is easier to use. So it's high in terms of ease of usage, and more importantly, the app is also safer to use. So what is an in-app notification? An in-app notification is one where you receive messages inside the app. You don't have to go into the app to see the message. So I don't know how many of you would have transacted over the last few days. What you would have seen is that you're getting two messages. You're getting a message on your phone. It comes through like a notification on your phone. That's actually the in-app message. And then there's a second message that's actually the SMS notification message. So if you think about it, you're getting two messages telling you the same thing, and you don't necessarily need the SMS message. So as such, it would be good if you go into your app and you switch off the SMS notification, because what you will essentially be getting is the same information, which is what's happening in your account, but for free.
Okay, yeah, I think that provides quite a bit of detail actually with regards to them, and I hope that answers your question, Momo, as well there, Mamo. And I really think if we even go back just to the business offering as well, there's a certain sense of wanting to still be seen as maybe a little higher up. It's always a sense of exclusivity, right? And all those little elements that add on to to customer bases. Do you see value in doing something like that, for example, Chislin? It's almost a segregation or almost like a separation there of clientele. Is that helpful to bank?
But personally, Cheslin is anti anything segregation. Is like I said, because we make different amounts of money as individuals. Does that mean I work harder than you or you work harder than me? I think absolutely not. So I personally hate the fact that we kind of create these levels of, call it status, based on income, based on color of your card, all these kind of things. So I don't think when we think about what we want to do, why we want to do it, we ever think exclusivity. One of the big reasons why we started the bank, while the bank's been around for 32 months, but there's been a few of us working on this thing for the last 12 years in some cases. And the big driving force behind what we do, why we do it, is inclusion, not exclusion. So we fully committed to making sure we can deliver value for all South Africans, regardless of class, status, income, race. Is we believe that everybody is entitled to receive real value.
Chislin, I can't help but notice that you keep saying that the bank is 32 months old. And, I always think to myself, when we say how old our children are and they're newborns, for example, always just like, oh no, he's 18 months or he's 14 months. And I can imagine that you're still treating, Time Bank as your baby here in a sense, right? It's just still something you're very, very precious over.
Yeah, so again, we small in call it in size of people working here, but we're big in ambition. I think we are also young in months of operation, but I also think in lots of elements we are miles ahead of some of the guys who've been around for a lot longer. And why I kind of emphasize that in 2 months is we as employees of Time Bank, it's great motivation for us that we've achieved so much in 32 months. But at the same time, for our customers and prospective customers, it's also a sign of that they appreciate what we've done in such a short space of time. Like I said, 4 million customers, 4 million South Africans have already joined us. That's 1 in every 10 eligible South Africans already have a Time Bank account 32 months later. That's massively exciting for us. But also, we don't take that position for granted. So again, our commitment there is most probably to punch above our weight for forever. So it's again a clear indication of we believe we're doing the right things. Customers are appreciating that and they're showing us that love. And again, it's our job to return that by giving them things that add value to their lives every day.
All right, Mudifa, your question.
I think Modifa was still on mute.
Yeah, now is connecting then as well. So we'll continue to try and get a hold of them. Linda, in the meantime, very quickly, what do you think is going to drive loyalty to Time Bank?
I think what will drive loyalty to the bank is us continuously keeping our ear to the ground in terms of customer needs, but also customer feedback. So forums such as this one, but also, customers engaging us on our social media, on our customer service center number, which is 0860 999 119. And also obviously sending us emails in terms of service@timebank.co.za. So those are the 3 channels. But what I do want to say is that we do conduct research from time to time where we actually, yes, we do industry surveys, but we actually call customers, whether it's before we launch a new product, so we try it out, or we get feedback from customers on those specific products. And I think that's been the guiding compass for the things that we've brought to market. So, you and Cheslin were talking just now about how old the bank is. And because we hit our 4 million milestone on Friday, it's been actually quite an interesting opportunity for us to reflect on this journey, right? And what has happened is that we've either launched a product or a feature, at least 1 or 2 every second month. And that has been driven by, number one, what customers have told us. You're missing this. Like, for instance, iOS app. We had a lot of complaints that we don't have an iOS app. We listened. The team of techies built the app, and the app is live. Today, it's great to know that we've got immediate EFT live. A lot of people, I'm sure people on this call as well, have been complaining to us a lot that they'd like that feature. We are, testing other things in the background where customers have said to us, I'd really like to bank with Time Bank, but you don't have the specific product in mind. We then look at what's happening in terms of industry trends, and there's a big wave around buy now, pay later. Yes, people are cash strapped with COVID, but what we don't want to do is to trap people into credit irresponsibly. And that's why we came up with the solution of More Time, which is a buy now, pay later product, which actually allows you to take your payment plan into your hands, right? So you pay 50% for the goods today, so that's cash out of your account, and then we allow you to pay the residual balance for the goods over 2 months. So that's 25% per month, and you can take the goods home immediately. I myself watch a lot what people are saying. So with More Time, I know there's a lot of feedback around, well, you don't have the right profile of stores. We need more stores. Trust me, we are listening and we are working away. And there'll be more announcements coming through from the 15th of November. Those of you who do have the Time Bank app, I encourage you to go into your More Time page, and you'll see there for online especially, there's a lot of retailers that we are onboarding or that are joining us every day, and we'll have a lot more physical retailers, some of your favorite brands that you can actually do your shopping at. So I think, Arabile, that's mostly it, but I also think it's around raising awareness around the true value of the Time Bank account. I think there's been a lot of mystery. People see the brand, people don't understand the brand, and that's why you're seeing a lot more of us on TV, on radio. It's in trying to tell the brand story, and also we want our customers to actually get the value from the account. I mean, Cheslin will tell you, our CEO pays, most months he pays 0 bank fees for those transactions that he does, and it's not because he's got a discount. No, it's because he uses his account in the right way, and also what's happening is that he's getting true value out of his account. We want people to swipe for double smart shopper points, and be able to get the value out of that. So I think, guys, use your accounts more frequently. You can actually save more money than what you're saving now.
100%. Okay, very interesting there. Let's get our next question then as well. We do have a speaker on the line. Please say your name, your surname, and then share your question.
Yeah, finally. I was actually one of the first people to actually request to actually ask a question here. Name is Rory Sang. I'm actually in the tech space. I've worked for a payment solution company. Now I'm working actually for one of the competitors for Time Bank. So when you say free debit orders, is that inclusive of debit check? Because I know debit check institutions are charged for initiations as well as collections. And then the second question that I have is, what is your maximum withdrawal at the Pick n Pay or a Boxer? And then the third question is on your contact center, because I saw on your website it said that there's a 40-day period where I can actually contact the contact center for reversals. If I can't get a hold of those guys, what happens then? Yeah, those are all my 3 questions. Thank you very much.
Cool. So thanks for the question, Orisanya, and again, thanks for your patience. So on debit check, so Time Bank doesn't participate in debit check just yet. So it'd be very difficult to kind of say what the fees would be, if any, when we do go live with debit check. It's something our tech teams are working on integrating us into that space as well. But again, if there are many transactions that carry that big cost for us that we still make free because we believe there's downstream benefit. And if the debit check numbers make sense in a similar manner, there's a good chance it would be free. But I'm saying we'll have to look at the integral detail between ourselves and service providers as to what those costs would be. So, but for now, we're not participating in debit check just yet. But it's also one of our call it nearer term objectives there. On the transaction limit per withdrawal, so you're depending on what you call it your FICA status is with the bank, your withdrawal limit is up to 5,000 Rand per transaction. At both ATMs and retailers. On the 40-day reversal, so getting hold of the call center, there are alternatives. So we've got an email box that's service@timebank.co.za. You can also DM us on our social media handles on both on Facebook and Twitter, as well as we've got a feature that's they call me back feature on WhatsApp. So our WhatsApp number is exactly the same number as our call center, and if you're struggling to get through for whatever reason, there is a call me back function in there as well. So there is again alternatives to speaking to somebody over the phone, either via email, WhatsApp, or on our social media channels.
Yeah, I hope that kind of helps your question there, Resang, as well. So we do have another speaker as well. I just thought, it's perfect to just give the opportunity to all those who are listening in, and they're the ones who actually want to get understanding, right? So let's let them speak and let them answer, get their questions answered. So I see it might be Lihle who is on the line. Lihle, your question?
Thanks, Arabile. Time Bank, hi guys. First of all, your service is absolutely amazing. A few weeks back, I really needed money in my Time Bank, which I kind of keep there for emergencies, and I had a big issue, and I called in and they really helped me like step by step, so I really enjoyed that. But my question is, if you guys are all digital and you're optimizing so well, where is the virtual card? Because I wouldn't have had that issue if I had a virtual card.
Great question, Lihle. And again, and I know I'm gonna sound like a stuck record, but it's on our roadmap. So again, Linda spoke about more time, and our buy now pay later solution. We believe that virtual card is the next big thing for that proposition. So it's something we're working on, and I agree with you. You should call us out for claiming to be this digital optimized institution and not having virtual card. It's something that we're not necessarily so happy about not having just yet. So it is on our roadmap. So again, watch the space there. We're looking at something very early next year on virtual cards. So please bear with us on that one. And just on the service thing, I'm glad you received great service from our service agents, and again, it's what we've committed to. But yeah, virtual cards are on the map and should be around pretty soon.
Certainly still a lot of growth on the road then, I guess then, Cheslin. Still, yes, work in progress, but I guess what it means then is that you're not stuck with the cumbersome notion of historical issues, and you can actually then follow through on what it is that customers really want, and really excel at those propositions, right?
Yeah, spot on, Arabile. We in business for our customers. And like Linda said, we genuinely take their feedback extremely seriously. It's what drives us, it's what wakes us up in the morning, it's what gets us to the office in some cases, but in other cases, mostly at home. But it gets us working really, really hard, and again, like I said, 4 million in 32 months, I don't think that needs to be scoffed at. But that is an indication of people's love for us or appreciation for what we've done. And there's only one way for us to return that, is to continuously working hard to give our customers what they want. So the virtual card thing, loud and clear. We've heard that loud and clear. It's on our maps. Our teams are busy working on that. Like I said, and we'll continue doing that. So again, get hold of us on our social media channels, pop us emails. It's we pay a ton of attention to what our customers are saying, and I think that's what keeps us moving forward.
Mike, the next speaker has interesting name here. Denzel washing powder. Denzel, please introduce yourself.
And the Time Bank team. I think nice seeing you or hearing from you again, Arabile. The last time I saw you, I was sending you for 2 6s in one over. In Randburg. Yeah, but that's a story for another day. Man, just on the business side of the business account for Time Bank, because I use the account for personal and also business. Now, I just want to find out, man, I know you've got 2 cards for both accounts. Are you an option of accessing or the app being able to, like, if I'm having a person viewing the business account, so that they can't view my personal account, because currently if the person has to go into the business account, they also have to go through my personal account. So will that be in the pipeline, or will that ever happen?
I think another great question there, Denzel. So absolutely. So again, like I said, it sounds like it's not the first time that's come up. So we have discussed separating the two from each other. So if you want to be a business customer of ours, you'll be a business customer only. If you want to be a personal or consumer customer, you'll be a personal consumer customer of ours. So definitely something we're thinking about. I mean, I can't tell you it's going to be around as quickly as virtual card will be, because I think there's been a lot more noise around the virtual card thing, but definitely something we are considering, and who knows, it might be around before we both know it, but it has come up, and it is something we're strongly considering.
So, all right. So, Denzel also has once responded to Time Bank after you guys had asked the question, who taught you how to save? And then he has a picture, unfortunately, of a goalkeeper who struggled to keep a ball out. So clearly he's not learning his skills in the soccer field or the cricket field for that matter. But we'll get to the close then of the conversation very soon, but we'll try and enter in a few more questions if we can. Another question then, Joe Pasha is what I see on here. Please introduce yourself and then put forward your question.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Joe Pasha from Pretoria. I have a question to Debza. I have an existing Time Bank business account. Now, I have closed down that business, and I wanted to add my other business on that account. But now, I couldn't delete the old business account. I went to the Pick n Pay store and asked for help, and they told me that it's impossible to delete the old account and add a new account. Now I wanted to know that in that instant, what am I supposed to do in order to be able to add my new business into my Time Bank account?
Yeah, great question, Joe Pachla. You say Joe Pachla, Pretoria. And I'm like, is this the health minister? But so I think that's a great question, Joe. I mean, I don't have an immediate answer. I'll be honest, we haven't got an inquiry of this nature before. But what I would encourage you to do is to email service@timebank.co.za. And if I can explicitly ask you to say, please ask Gislen to deal this, and they'll forward me the query, and then I'm more than willing to personally have a look and see what we can and can't do, and potentially what the alternatives are. So please email service@timebank.co.za and ask them to send the queries directly to me.
All right, thanks a lot. I'll do that.
Right, so before we get to the close of things, and hopefully we've answered as many questions as we possibly can, just Linda, maybe if I could come to you, best ways to kind of measure your savings and how much you have saved, and even with that gold save, how much can one sort of, how do I ascertain how much it is that I've saved on there, how much I can get back, all of those issues, just for anybody who might be wondering.
So with the goal save, it's not necessarily a separate account. It's more of a savings pocket. So when you open a Time Bank account, you've got your everyday account, which is a check account. And what you need to do is open a goal save pocket and actually transfer money from your everyday account into your goal save account so that you can start earning interest. Now, if you're on the app, what it does is that you have an option of opening up to 10 goal saves, and it's great. You can actually give them names. So if you're saving for a wedding, there's a picture of a ring there. If you're saving for ilobola, there's actually a picture of a cow. So yeah, you go in there, you name what your goal save is, and from day one you earn 4% interest. After 30 days, that goes up to 5%. Then it goes to 6%, and then at any time, if you want to withdraw money out of the account, it gives you the option of saying, let's say, it's you, Arabile. Arabile, are you sure you want to do that? Because if you were to keep this money in for an extra 10 days, you could actually earn an extra 1%. So it almost encourages you to keep money in your savings account. Also, the interest rate goes up to 7%, but you earn an extra 1% if you actually switch your salary to Time Bank. You asked earlier, how can you go in and see how much you've saved? It's quite easy. You go into each of the savings pockets, and it will show you the initial amount that you put in plus the interest that you've earned every month. This is also reflected in your statement, because your statement will contain an everyday account section, but also a goal save section. If you would like to play around and see, if I were to put in, let's say, 20,000 Rand, how much can I save? You can go onto our website. We've got 2 calculators on there. There's an everyday account calculator, which can give you a view of how much you can, pay in fees. But also there's a goal save earnings calculator, and there it allows you to play around with amounts, and then you see how much you can put in. What I do want to stress is that, guys, let's pay attention. Goal Save is an account where you can actually get your savings immediately. It doesn't have a 32-day waiting period. You're not locked in for 6 months. At any time that you want to access your money, you can. And it's actually quite a competitive